Hello investors. In today's video, we will conduct detailed fundamental analysis of Mrs. Bectors Foods Specialities Limited. Our discussion will include the company's business model, industry outlook, competitive landscape, financial health, future growth prospects, valuations, and risk and challenges. Mrs. Bectors Foods Specialities Limited operates in the manufacturing and sale of biscuits under the brand name Cremica. Their product portfolio focuses on the mid-premium and premium categories such as digestives, crackers, cream, and Marie. Additionally, the company also offers bread and bakery products through their brand English Oven. Furthermore, they serve as suppliers of buns and frozen goods to renowned QSRs, cloud kitchen, and multiplexes. Mrs. Bectors Foods also engages in contract manufacturing for popular biscuit brands like Oreo and Chocobakes on behalf of Mondelez. Presently, the company has 5.4% market share of the premium and mid-premium biscuit market in North India and 1.5% across India as a whole. Its success can be attributed to a robust multi-channel distribution network with 15 depots, over 3,200 Cremica preferred outlets, 1,180 distributors, and more than 5.8 lakh retail outlets as of March 2023. Furthermore, Mrs. Bectors Foods has established a strong presence in the export market, capturing over 12% of India's total biscuit exports. Their products are exported to 69 countries, with 54% of the exports carrying their own brand. Impressively, they hold a 25% share in Indian biscuit exports to Canada. Within the branded bread segment in India, Mrs. Bectors Foods enjoys a 5% market share. They sell over 3 lakh packs per day through a wide network of 600 plus distributors and 35,000 plus outlets. The company's influence extends to the institutional bakery sector, where they hold an 11% market share. Their clientele includes prominent international QSRs, multiplex chains, and cloud kitchens. Notably, Mrs. Bectors Foods Specialities Limited is one of the two primary vendors in India engaged in the supply of processed and semi-processed dough-based offerings to institutions. The company operates multiple manufacturing facilities. Biscuit manufacturing is carried out in Punjab and Himachal Pradesh, while bread and bun production takes place in Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. As of March 2023, the total capacity utilization stands at an impressive 90% for biscuits and 71% for bread and bakery products, highlighting the company's efficiency and scalability. Biscuits and bakery products hold a significant position as consumer staple in households, forming an essential part of the average consumer's grocery basket. In India, the biscuit segment accounts for approximately 5% of the global market, and it is projected to grow to 6% by 2025. The Indian market itself is expected to expand at a CAGR of 9% annually until 2025. Reaching a substantial size of Rs 620 billion. However, despite this growth, India's per capita biscuit consumption remains relatively low, standing at a mere 2.5 kg. This pales in comparison to the 4.25 kg in Southeast Asian countries. Developed regions like the US and Western Europe boost per capita consumption rates exceeding 10 kg. This significant gap presents a promising opportunity for market players and offers a multi-decade potential for expanding and growing the organized market for biscuit and bakery products in India. The Indian biscuit sector is divided into different product types, such as glucose and non-glucose, and price points categorized as mass, mid-premium, and premium. Within the branded biscuit market, the mid-premium and premium categories are expected to grow at a faster pace than the overall market, with a projected CAGR of 9.5%. By FY 2025, this segment is anticipated to reach a substantial size of Rs 504 billion. In the bread market, there is a similar segmentation. The mass bread segment comprises white bread made from wheat flour, while premium breads include variants like wheat breads, milk and fruit breads, pizza bases, buns, and value-added loaves falling into the indulgence category. Additionally, there are super premium breads, consisting of specialty products like pita bread and sourdough bread. The retail market for bread and buns in India is projected to reach Rs 76 billion by FY25, growing at a CAGR of 9% from Rs 50 billion in FY20. Despite a 40% rise in per capita bread consumption from 2015 to 2020, which now stands at 1.4 kg, it remains comparatively small in comparison to other developed countries. For instance, per capita bread consumption reaches 20 kg in Singapore, 46 kg in US, 65 kg in Germany, and close to 100 kg in the UK. This indicates a substantial growth opportunity as bread consumption continues to rise in India. The Indian biscuit space is dominated by Britannia Industries, Parle Products, and ITC India, which collectively owns 66% of the market share. Parle derives a large portion of its revenue from Parle-G, while Britannia's top line is led by its mid-premium and premium products. Mrs. Bector's Cremica owns a market share of only 1.5% of the total biscuit segment and is a strong competitor as the company currently concentrates only in North India. Considering the company's strategy to expand its foothold beyond Northern India, its market share and profitability will increase in the future. The business operates in a highly competitive industry with a number of global, pan-India, regional, and local companies jostling for market share. Mrs. Bector's Foods enjoys a strong brand recall and robust consumer goodwill, with both Cremica and English Oven bread carving out their own niche in the industry. The company effectively tackles competitive pressures through its omni-channel distribution, ensuring wide product visibility and availability. With a large and growing portfolio and competitive value positioning in each category, Mrs. Bector's Foods is well equipped to withstand demand fluctuations. Moreover, being the largest biscuit exporter from India, the company has not only established an attractive revenue channel but also diversified its risk within the segment itself. In FY 2023, Mrs. Bector Foods witnessed a significant improvement in revenue from operations, showing a year-on-year growth of 38% from 988 crores in FY 2022 to 1362 crores. This growth was primarily driven by an increase in volume, attributed to the successful completion of capacity expansion projects. The expansion of the cookies line at the Rajpura facility and the addition of a new line for bread and bun production in Greater Noida, both operational since 2022, positively impacted the company's revenue in FY 2023. The company maintained a healthy EBITDA margin of 14% and aims to stabilize profitability around this level. Mrs. Bector's Food Specialities Limited is equally focused on improving both revenue and margin figures. Over time, the company has consistently enhanced its return ratios, with a return on equity of 20%, return on capital employed of 16.5%, and return on assets of 10.8% in FY 2022-2023. Regarding its financial structure, the company is almost debt-free, as indicated by a debt-to-equity ratio of 0.2 in 2023. Furthermore, it boasts a comfortable interest coverage ratio of 14.5. These indicators reflect the company's strong financial position and its ability to meet its debt obligations. Mrs. Bector's Food Specialities Limited has exhibited remarkable growth in earnings per share, which increased from 5.3 in 2020 to 15.3 in 2023 at a CAGR of 42%. The shareholding pattern of the company reveals a continuous interest from institutional investors, FIIs increased their stake from 2% in March of 2022 to 5.64% in March of 2023, while DIIs augmented their stake from 4.29% in March of 2022 to 16.12% in March of 2023. This demonstrates the confidence institutions have in the company's prospects and growth potential. For the upcoming years of 2024-2025, Mrs. Bectors Foods has formulated expansion plans. In FY24, the company intends to add 2 new biscuit lines at the Rajpura location with an estimated cost of Rs 75 crores. Additionally, to meet the growing demand, a bakery plant will be established in the NCR at an estimated cost of Rs 32.7 crores, expected to be completed by Q2 of FY24. The company has also laid the foundation stone for the new biscuit facility in Dhar, Madhya Pradesh, which will be ready by FY24-25. Moreover, land has been purchased in Khopoli, Mumbai, adjacent to the current factory, for the expansion of the bakery business. The plant in Khopoli is expected to be operational by FY24-25. With these expansion investments in the current and next financial year, the company anticipates a revenue potential of approximately 2400 to 2500 crores. The company aims to drive volume-led organic growth, fueled by these expansion projects, projecting a revenue growth of 35% in FY24. The company's focus remains on gaining market share, particularly in the South and West regions, which are expected to have significant growth potential compared to the North region. The core strategy of Mrs. Bectors Food Specialities Limited continues to revolve around the premiumization of its products, with a particular emphasis on exports and high-margin offerings. Taking into account a projected 17% year-on-year revenue growth for FY24 and FY25, along with the stabilization of EBITDA margin around 15%, this translates to EPS growth of 18.7 and 23.3 in FY24 and FY25. Currently, at a market price of 800, the stock is trading at a P ratio of 35 times its projected earnings for FY25. This is reasonable in the light of the industry-leading growth trajectory as well as healthy return ratios. Risks to the Cremica brand name exist due to the fact that the promoter's brothers holds rights to the brand for selling products in other categories such as ice creams, bakery, condiments, and namkeens. Any potential negative incidents or issues with the brands in these categories would pose a risk to the brand image of Cremica biscuits. However, it is worth noting that the brands used by the 3 brothers have different logos, which help limit the potential negative impact. There is limited potential for Mrs. Bectors Foods to use the Cremica brand beyond biscuits and wafer products. As per the agreement between the promoter and his brothers, expanding into other categories would require the company to either utilize their bakery brand or invest in creating a new brand, which may present challenges and additional costs. The failure or inability to successfully expand the distribution reach into new geographies could have a significant impact on the company's earnings growth. Since distribution expansion is a key growth driver for Mrs. Bectors Foods, any setbacks in this area could hinder their expansion plans and financial performance. The company also faces the risk of steep competition, particularly as they plan to aggressively expand in the South and Western markets where established competitors hold a strong presence. Additionally, a sudden and substantial increase in raw material prices within a short time frame could negatively impact the company's earnings, especially if they are unable to pass on this increased cost to customers. It's important for Mrs. Bectors Foods to closely monitor and manage these risks to mitigate their potential impact on the company's brand, expansion plans, distribution, and profitability.